On Tuesday at the press conference, we talked a little bit about unemployment benefit assistance. You all know the $600 enhanced federal benefit expired on July the 31st. And by executive action on this past Saturday, the president signed a memorandum that seeks to continue enhanced unemployment benefits, but at a reduced level. There were a couple of options, one of which is we could accept $300 from the federal government, and we would have to match that with an additional $100 from the state. The president specifically asked states to use their CARES Act funding. We don't have any CARES Act funding left that we would be able to use here in Louisiana, and we don't have otherwise the money that would be required to put up as a match. So the second option we have is to accept a $300 benefit total enhancement package, all of it coming from the federal government. And if you recall, the question then was, would that be available to any unemployed worker who was getting less than $100 from the state in benefits? And last night, close to 8 o'clock at night, the final guidance came down on that, or what we believe is the final guidance. And they're going to allow us to take the entire amount that we're spending of state dollars across the universe of the uninsured population and average it out. And if the average is more than $100 per beneficiary, then the $300 is going to be available. So the good news today is we fully anticipate that all of the individuals who are getting unemployment benefits, and it's in excess of 400,000 individuals, that they are going to be able to get the $300 enhancement. It will be retroactive to August the 1st. It will not cost the state any additional funding. And so that really is the good news. There are some challenges around this. The funding, for the first time ever, is actually coming from FEMA, and it's coming from the Disaster Relief Fund. And that fund has $69 billion in it right now. This program goes away once $44 billion of that has been spent, because the president has determined that $25 billion needs to be there for the intended purpose of the Disaster Relief Fund, which we're very familiar with, and that is to prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters. And with this being hurricane season, certainly we want to make sure that there's money that stays in that fund. But the $44 billion, while very much welcome, it is a stopgap piecemeal approach, because at the end of the day, looking at the drawdown rates on the $600 benefit, it should last nationwide somewhere around 5 to 6 weeks. Again, that's better than not having it. But the good news is, I think it gives Congress more time to deliver the comprehensive assistance that we need to get us at least through the end of the year. And I am continuing to encourage Congress to do exactly that. And it's very important that they come together. So we do have some good news. And I told you the other day that it's a function of when we get the funding and that remains the case. We have already completed the grant application paperwork that we had to send in to FEMA. We designated the Louisiana Workforce Commission as the agency in Louisiana that's going to administer and be responsible for the program. And now we're continuing to work with FEMA and with the U.S. Department of Labor to get the funding just as soon as possible.